What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Clocks Running, the podcast for everything flag football officials. I'm Ant.
And I'm cool. Jacob. He's getting on the show tonight. I'm so excited.
Oh
Sorry,
man.
I'm completely gonna
Oh.
spoil it.
All right. So I don't know what we're doing anymore because we got on a boat. Well, first we went to Canada. Somehow
On
we
a
got
boat.
through immigration, and then we went to the Cayman Islands.
hmm
So are we still even on a road trip? I don't know what's happening.
I mean, you're in the car. I guess.
Yeah, but
I don't. I mean that's a business decision. So I don't know. Maybe we are. Maybe we aren't.
okay. Well, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like Dean shook the whole thing up. Is today his birthday, or it's next month?
Wait, Dean? No, no. Dean's birthday is next month.
Next month.
We're not
Okay.
getting
I
canceled. We
I
got
don't
by once.
I don't I don't want to bring that topic up again. That was the lowest viewed show we've ever had, and I'm kind of thankful for it. No offense,
Hmm,
Dean, but
wonder why.
so have you eaten anything interesting this week that you want to talk about?
No. Oh, well, no. Okay, I take that back. This past weekend, we made a big old pot of chicken stew, 20 gallons. Um, it's basically chicken and dumplings without the dumplings. Make it over a fire. Have a bunch of people come over and eat. It's a good time.
Now, is that like a North Carolina thing, or that's
100%. Yeah,
okay?
it's actually a regional North Carolina thing. If you look it up, I was talking to a friend of mine the other day about it. Somebody looked it up online, and I was like, I don't even know if the people who go to these things can read, so I don't know how they wrote it down. But but yeah, it's actually regional to the area I live in. But I grew up going to them, so figure I carry the
Oh, okay.
tradition on and start having my own.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, in Colorado, we did like pig roast. That was kind of one of the things we
Yeah,
do. Uh,
yeah, same
so
thing.
I figure the same kind of thing. All
Yeah,
right, cool. You want to you kind of spoiled it already, but you want to introduce our guest for tonight?
yeah, absolutely. We got the man, the myth, the legend, the Tampa pterodactyl, the man, Mr. Bucks himself, Mr. Eric Slim, not Eric, Coop, Poo, Unk is in the house.
How y'all doing, family?
Yeah,
What's
what
going
up?
on, big guy?
I want to touch on something real quick. If I'm gonna just put a disclaimer on it, if me and Anthony Ditto don't get an invite to the Chicken Stew next year, it's up. I got an invite like a day and a half before hey, Chicken Stew. Maybe it was a week, but it wasn't enough time for an old person with many kids to get there. If me and Ant don't get invites, my boy,
Okay, okay.
but make
I'm
sure we
pretty
don't
sure
have
I
chicken.
invited both of y'all over a month in advance.
There it is. Oh, and I need rice with the chicken also, because you know what I'm saying, like,
My
oh,
wife actually put rice in hers.
hey, that's back in there you go.
Oh, okay. There we go.
There you go. Back
Yeah,
There we
you can
go.
put rice, jalapenos, potatoes, dumpling. You can put whatever you want in it, man. People put hot
Wait,
sauce, all sorts of stuff.
And we slide
hold
next
on,
year, so we can.
hold on. You said we could put whatever we want in it because you've
I
been
mean,
pretty judgmental when I talk about things I like to add to food.
Uh-oh.
yeah, well, that's because you want to put cream cheese and everything.
Wait a minute.
All right, Coop. Let me ask you this. On a Philly cheesesteak,
Yes.
when you're making your Philly cheesesteak and you got your steak and your peppers, and some people like onions, even though those grow in your yard, and mushrooms and mayo, all that good stuff. When you go to put your cheese on there, is cream cheese an option?
For me, I'm from the hood, so no, in Tampa. And I don't eat onions also because that's the only thing you can grow from the earth that you should eat. This ain't that for that podcast, but my Philly cheesesteak stuff, it does I use mayo, pause, cheese, and then you know what I'm saying the meat also pause. And if you want to put peppers on there, you can make it cool, but I'm pulling them all off before I eat them. So, but cream cheese is different.
All
That's a
right, so
really nice way to put that. It sounds gross.
I'm
here, here's
different.
here, here's my issue with that, Jacob. Is the way you introduce it. You're like, oh, you got this and that, and you got that and that. And that. And it's like you're talking about throwing up. Like it's
Well, that's
disgusting.
how
Like
I
so
feel.
so
That's how it is.
Let me describe to you because I worked at a Philly cheesesteak place for 3 years. I was one of the main cooks there. We had a menu and then we had a secret menu,
Right.
and we had something called the Green Machine. All right. So the way you cook a Philly cheesesteak, start with the veggies. So whatever veggies you want. Now in this particular sandwich, we would start with peppers and jalapenos.
Right.
All right. So those veggies are cooking on the grill already. Then you add the steak. All right. You get everything mixed together, and then you take a little scoop of cream cheese and you put it on top. You let it melt. You mix it all together. You throw it on the roll. It's just different. And if you like jalapeno poppers wrapped in bacon, just think about that, but an upgrade.
Well, I
You
don't like
know,
jalapeno anything, but if it's not too hot, I would try it.
you know why they
Okay.
called it the Green Machine? Because they named it after the green trash compactor that was in the back of the store. That's where it belonged.
I was thinking the
Oh
green
man.
machine because you'll eat anything after you burn one, but I mean,
I mean that too. You know, it's just one of those don't
my
say
man just
no.
said cream cheese is trash by Sura. Oh, okay.
Hey, come on! You've been to Colorado. You know what everyone's burning out
Yeah,
there, man.
I'm only at the
Of
airport so
course.
far, but I'm trying to get Chuck. Well, not Chuck. I'm trying to get USA flag. I hope that we go there next year, and then we'll all get to partake in some flag football and some green machine Philly cheesesteak with cream cheese and jalapeno poppers and bacon and all that good stuff.
Have you ever heard of the restaurant called Sheba Hut?
No.
So it's in Colorado, Arizona, a couple other places. So basically, when they started it, they started it in Fort Collins, which is a college town, CSU. Um, and every sandwich, it's like Quiznos basically.
Right.
So you decide what sandwich you want, it gets toasted, all that. Every sandwich is named after a strand of weed.
Oh,
So, so they
all right. We're doing that on a podcast. But okay.
so
1998 was a fun year for Ant. Hennessy and weed all around.
So it's called Chiba Hut. Is it? Is it still? Is it around still?
oh yeah, and it's expanded. Like I said, it's kind of all over Colorado. It's in New Mexico, Arizona. Sheba Hut, Cheba Hut.
So you know
You
from Florida,
walk
I won't be able to spell it. Good shit.
you 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 walk into this restaurant, and as you walk to the front counter, hanging from the ceiling is an 8 foot joint,
All right.
Hmm.
and then this is the best part. You know that they've got they've got the Coca-Cola machine, right? You know,
Yeah.
the fountain drink, you get your fountain drink. Right next to it, they have a fountain option of two different flavors of Kool-Aid.
Oh, listen, that's fire.
I feel like you're trying
The
to say
8 foot
something.
joint is kind of sus, but the Kool Aid fountain, what you get? That's a
and then
thousand. Now I'm 1,000% in.
and then they've got like a dessert menu with cookies and brownies, and it's the munchies menu. And then the slogan is the only it's like the only thing toasted in this store is the subs.
There it is. I'm talking to Fort
Yeah,
Collins.
right.
Fort Collins must not have like a lot of sports. Like y'all make out Kool Aid fountains. Y'all don't have nothing. Y'all might get bored or not. Y'all, you're not there anymore. They must get bored a lot because to make a weed restaurant that have Kool Aid, like listen, that's fine. We I ain't gonna say we should check it out, but somebody I know should slide a little bit earlier or later. Somebody make murder bombs.
uh,
Yeah, but we should check it out.
I mean, I'm
I'm
in. It's food.
It's food, all right.
I'm
It's
just
food and
yeah.
Kool-Aid. That's awesome.
This man finna go to Chiba restaurant and get drug tested the first day back
There
to
we
work.
go. Welcome back. Here's your cup, Mr. Black. Go ahead. Here we go.
Immediately.
Oh man. Yeah, so yeah, I mean CSU, the way it's built, it's probably like a mile or two from Old Town Fort Collins, and then all around the campus is different restaurants. So they had that Philly cheesesteak place. They had Sheba Hut. Fat Shack that I worked at. They had pizza places, wing shops, and then they had dispensaries all around there too. Because Colorado was definitely it went California first, and Colorado was definitely one of the first states that made it all legal. So it exploded out there for sure. But yeah, people are bored. 9 months out of the year, there's a possibility of snow.
Yes.
I've been in a snowstorm in the beginning first week of September, and I've been in a 4 foot snowstorm in June. So I mean, like
sounds like the
I don't
Green
even know what
Monster.
that's like. Nope.
So anyway, this is not a podcast about food, but we always got to bring it up. Jacob, has this campaign to just ruin everybody's impression before they even get the chance to try it.
I'm getting T-shirts made up.
Listen, my boy, the Panthers got to win. My boy feel different now. Panthers got to win. My boy feel good about himself.
That's right.
So we've been doing recently on our social media platforms. We've been doing something a little different every single day, posting videos, and this is not the normal highlight clip that you will see on social media because it's not showing somebody breaking somebody's ankles. It's not showing someone getting head topped. We are literally focused in on penalties that are happening. So the thing that I have found interesting about the comments in these videos, and I just want to hear, Unc, I want to start with you and just kind of hear your thoughts on it, is the giant gap between the refs that come on and comment and the players that come on and comment. And this is the same video, and the comments are so very different. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's crazy how they're on the opposite ends of the scale. I was talking to you guys about it before. The last video with the flag guarding rule with the kid that dipped. I learned this rule last year, and I don't get to ref a lot because I'm doing a lot of stuff directing. So when I get back on the field, I'm like, I'm going to start enforcing this stuff in leagues, enforcing as many rules as we can, not over penalizing stuff. But one, if you throw a lot of flags, there's never a fight. That's one. Let's just start with that. And two, just so the guys get used to it locally, because since a big tournament is going to be in Tampa, we're in Tampa. You throw the flag now. Also, if I'm somewhere as a director and somebody saw me direct, they can't say, "Oh, you didn't call that as a ref." So I anticipated that flag guarding dip rule to where my homie from my nephew Freddie did a hell of a move, dropped the kid, dropped down and did the dip. I threw the flag for flag guarding, but the ball was in the right hand. The ball was in the right hand on this side. Basically, he didn't flag guard on that play. I anticipated him doing it and threw the flag wrong. Now, I also said to the quarterback that I know Adam Sprague, like, if I missed that call, which I might have, a ball don't lie, bail me out. They score on the next play. Freddie didn't get mad. He didn't get upset. He did say you missed that call. But then afterwards, he told me, like, hey, I didn't dip. I didn't flag guard then, but I flag guarded this time. So I like those videos because you see where players and refs are on totally opposite ends of the spectrum. Dean had a comment where he said someone's asked them about reading the rule. They had never read the rule, and that's a very good point. You just see stuff, and you're playing so many games, and you hear somebody say, "Oh, the rule is X, Y, Z," and here's the interpretation of it. And when you actually see it happening live and seeing the different thought processes on it, I go on, not everyone, but I hit Willie up, and I was like, "Come join us," because Willie said, "Hey, that's a call. I like discussing these kind of calls with refs," and it was cool for him to say that. I was like, "Come, you know, what I'm saying, come join the band, come hang out with us, put these stripes on, and blow the whistle and see how it is."
Yeah. Yeah, well, and I remember in California, I was officiating a game. It was a fours league, and a new kid. I'd never seen him play before. You could tell he probably played D1, D2. Had no experience in flag football. The first play he came on and didn't even have flags on. Definitely new to the flag game.
Yes.
The first time he caught that ball, he flag guarded naturally. It's just what he was going to do. His natural motion, flag guarded. My flag comes out right away. He's like animated, coming at me. How'd you call a flag guard on me? I said, well, you dropped your hand and you flag guarded. And he said, I don't even know what a flag guard is. And I was like, okay. So
That makes sense.
there's the first issue,
Yeah.
So. But what do you think, Jacob?
So, I mean, I think it's really interesting to see. You can tell what people are looking for, what they're looking at, and you can tell who's actually read what the rule book says and what the articles are, because you'll hear people use phrases that don't make sense to what the rule book says. So it's nice to see it, and it quickly points out who's reading, who's doing the right stuff, who's paying attention to what's supposed to be there, and who's just flying by the seat of their pants and saying, I'm gonna let this ride, and they should let that go, and let them play, blah blah blah. And I think that's probably my favorite thing to hear is when these guys are saying, let them play, blah blah blah, but they'll be the first ones on the field screaming, whining, complaining for those same calls if they don't get them.
We had an interesting conversation today with there's a player that I helped for the Miami Dolphins starting plays. We're talking about end of the game calls. We had a Special Olympics event this weekend done by Unc Refs. Shout out Special Olympics Friday and Saturday. It was a great game. It was a semifinal game where it's double elimination, so both teams didn't have a loss. There's one kid who was out there was cooking on the very first play, and I came as a third ref, but I come at halftime number one. Let's start with that. So it's just a 3 ref crew. They wanted to add 4, so we'll just keep it at 3. They had one of the referees that was there. They had to leave, so I take his place. The kid's next move, he runs, wraps the ball up like this, ducks down, spins, runs a touchdown. What's the call on that, gentlemen?
That'd be a flag guard.
Yeah.
Do you agree, Ant? Flag guard?
No, absolutely. Yeah.
That was on the last play of the game on a Reggie Bush type run where he wins the game. Everybody's going crazy, like, oh no, there's confetti, moms are crying, babies are crying. There's one old Dominican Jewish dude with glasses on that actually didn't have a Walmart flag this time. I had one of the Jacob Black flags. So when I threw it, I threw the Walmart flag, I threw it off. So there's a video of me just watching the flag hit the ground. Everybody's going nuts. I blow my whistle. Like, unfortunately, and it's Special Olympics, so this player was a partner and not an athlete, who was a very, very good flag football player, and knows all the rules, and apparently have been doing that the whole game. His mom goes nuts. How can you make that call? They haven't been making that call all game. We got it on video, and I was like, that's cool. There is no instant replay. And you guys have 2 seconds left. If she's that good, go do it again. Now, how life works, they throw a Hail Mary, they catch it. Of course, now, yeah, ref, we score anyway, Bade squad. So after everything calmed down, I talked to Dad. Dad is a ref. I'm not going to say his name. Dad is a ref for the National Football League. I said, so you watched the game with your child not cheating, but, getting away with the rule the whole game, yes? He was like, yes. He said, well, it's their job to make the call. I said, I agree 100%. He said, but I will say that that's a big boy call. I got excited. I was like, listen, I'm talking about big flag. Because I've heard Jacob say before, I heard Jacob say that 2 years, that's a big boy call. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know him well enough then to ask him, what the hell is your 30-year-old ass talking about? But he was like, at the end of the game, he was like, think about it. He was like, and you guys bucking your game, there's a face mask on Bucky at the end. Didn't call it. The Minnesota Vikings game, clear face mask into the game, didn't call it. He was like, there's a big boy call is no matter. Some people say, oh, just let him play. Let him play, let it in. He was like, but that kid couldn't pull the flag, obviously, because he's running people over. So that's a tough call to make, but that actually was a good call. So I was like, why you didn't come on the field and say that and they were going crazy on me? He was like, not my dog, not my fight. So I appreciate that you guys are making the videos because you see with time of the game can't dictate calls either. I came into the game in the second half where they weren't. I told everyone that because the first thing they said was, well, that wasn't a call in the first half. This is the famous Unc line. If you've been to any league with me reffing, that was Popeyes. Now it's Chick-fil-A. You got the right service done, and that's how we're going to try to do it going further. So for me, keep making those videos because one, it supports flag football, which I always love, and two, you can actually see what people think about calls and what their determination of the call versus what the rule book is. Actually, sometimes it's on the two opposite sides of the scale.
Yeah. Jacob, you were itching to say something.
What was I itching to say?
I don't know. You were pointing your pen and you were getting all excited.
I was agreeing with what he was saying. I was just agreeing with what Uncle was saying.
Jacob was used to me talking too goddamn much. He was disagreeing with what I was saying. And that's the subtitles. That Jacob's pen is the subtitles the one you can't read because I talk too fast.
We got the AS. If we have anybody from the ASL watching, I'm doing the best I can over here. If
No,
Diego
well,
gets canceled, it's going to be me.
yeah,
Every time.
and part of some of these clips is also having them be very, it's not slow motion or it's a little blurry and it's the wrong angle. That's real life.
Yep.
Let's think about that. The officials will have players in their view that they're going to miss something. So, right away when someone's like, "Oh, this is a bad angle," welcome to real life. An official can hustle and run up and down the field and do everything they possibly can to get right in the right position, and real life can happen and get in their way, and they will miss something. So I also want to see that. It's interesting to see the different regions. Jacob, you touched on it a little bit, but anybody from North Carolina, DMV, all those areas, anything to do with non-contact, they are just furious about. Like, oh, of course you guys are going to say penalty. Oh, you guys don't play real football.
You
This
guys
and
are
that.
soft.
You know, and
Football. Shut up.
I'm like, that's crazy because I remember officiating at the playoffs of Campbell City when there was DMV teams there. It was Campbell City guys. My favorite, Bex Plus One, was there, and and, and they whined every single play. These players were whining for holding, for a flag guard, for this, for that, every single play. Wow, that's crazy because this is the biggest contact out there. They just want to play.
The SEC.
That's the SEC.
Oh, that's what we're doing.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
what
just
we're
saying.
doing?
He brought it up. Listen, he brought it up. Every time I mention non-contact in my inbox, in my DMs, don't blast me. Oh, y'all soft. Oh, that's a soft call. Up here, you get knocked out. This, that, and the third. I've had some Unk TV footage. Not when there was Bex plus Unk. Bex plus Unk don't cry. But I've seen some Unk TV footage, not Bex, but there's been not just Campbell City. There's a couple of contact teams to where when they're on defense, it's like the old 85 Bears. People like they might die. It's crazy. But when they're on offense, you get near their little delicate ass quarterback. You sitting in that hole? Man, I ain't see shit. The SEC, the flag, whatever. Like, ain't no calls. I agree. Now, with that being said, I don't want to play contact ever, for the record. Don't touch me.
Welcome.
This is non-contact life. I like to watch it because 6-man is the best format in the history of the world to me now. Just because it's Jacob hates. I love saying that just because that's the only contact rule. It's the only contact game that I feel comfortable refereeing because it's slow enough for me to pay attention. The SEC flag.
Yeah.
Oh no! Let's just touch on that real quick.
Here we go.
This is not a call out. It might be a call out. I'm in what I'm in now. The Campbell City DMV, it is the SEC flag to me because, like I said, the first time I had to referee that in California, Jacob had to save me because I had never seen that kind of contact. I had never seen. It was Carolina Region. That's their name, Carolina Legion.
Legion.
Yeah, it was Legion.
Yeah, and they were playing
Oregon.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, they were playing Curry Bombers, and I had never witnessed 5-man contact on the pro level. And when I tell you, it was, oh my gosh, there's me just ducking and flinching, and so I respect them being the SEC of everything. Like, that contact life is different. But y'all know I'm always going to say, give me one tournament. I'm bringing one quarterback with me, and we're gonna see what it is. But yeah, back to the calls and stuff. Like, it's the determination of how somebody gets hit or not gets hit. I still don't understand bodying up and 5-man contact. I'm not gonna say what the rule is. I don't know the article. I know Ant knows the article. I know Jacob wrote something on it. I'm just saying, as a 49.5-year-old person that's been playing those in flags since 1996, I still don't understand the bodying up rule when you make a flagpole, especially when you can Goldberg spear someone and then come up with the flag, and then you guys just keep playing football, right? And nothing happened. I'll press charges on somebody hit me like that.
Oh, man.
But that's my soapbox. My bad.
It's all good. I think
SEC.
it's such a like purgatory's not the right word, but like
Purgatory.
it's no. I mean
It is
like
for me because
no.
that.
No,
It
no,
is
no.
for me.
It's like
It ain't real football. Now I'm gonna say what
it's
y'all
like
saying.
a hold
It
on,
ain't
hold
real flag
on,
football.
hold on. Not purgatory. I said not purgatory,
No,
but
no,
it's
purgatory. No,
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 you
no,
said
it's like
purgatory.
no,
it's
no,
like
no, no, no. We don't DB backpedal. It's purgatory.
it's like a no man's land. Like
No, no, you're a power
the
forward. We don't backpedal. It's purgatory because they always say to me it's not real football because I like non-contact, and I say it's not real flag football. And you can just if Ant can't cover me, which you can't. Ant, I love you, but you can't. But if you would just blow me up out of bounds, that's not flag football. So I feel the same way as they do because I'm a non-contact dude. Um, and that's not just no tech. The SEC of contact is Camel City. I don't know. I see my DM about to go crazy. These are just jokes. I love y'all. I don't want no smoke. DMV, all of y'all got it. Well, for just one tournament, KOF will win
uh, No, it's just it's kind of a no man's land of how people interpret bodying up and all that good stuff. That's kind of what I mean. People don't, it's if you go to the letter of the rule, I don't think contact would be what it is today. I think there's a little bit more flexibility depending on who you talk to. I mean, even in my league, it's not, I tell them we're here to hit. If you guys want to play, we're here to play.
Yeah, I've heard you
But
I mean,
lead with that. I've heard you lead with that to a new team. I was like, what the are we doing? But he said, this is flag. I don't have flags. This is my wife's. I don't have flags in the office, but this is flag football. And so Jacob led with that. If you're not coming to hit, don't come to play. The dude was all excited. I'm saying back, like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Like, if you're not coming to hit, you're not coming to play. So I just raised my hand. So y'all are playing flag, yes? And both looked at me like,
yeah.
yeah, dummy. Yes, of course it's flag. But it's Carolina flag. I was like, all right, well. I guess I gotta see what this is. And then when I saw it, I was like, Jesus Christ, because they were putting hands on people, and it wasn't no the pastor say touch somebody at church. Yeah, it was full
I mean,
on.
And the
that's one of
funniest,
the biggest.
go
Oh,
ahead.
go ahead, Jacob.
No,
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, I think the funniest thing is like throughout this year, if you look at the scope of things, when it comes to fights and issues like that, we've had less issues in the contact formats than we have in the non-contact formats.
99% hell yeah.
We've had some. I
No,
mean,
no,
it's
you
not.
are 1,000% correct. I just
Yeah.
talked. I almost said his name. I just talked to a quarterback about that. Not my quarterback here, but another quarterback. About it's kind of funny how y'all fought the other day. There's no video of it, but y'all played contact all day long the day before that. Not even an argument. You dudes went out and hung out and partied, and you know what I'm saying, and did what we do after tournaments. The first play of the first game of non-contact, y'all fight. Make it make sense. And he was like, well, because the hit was a little bit too hard. And I was like, oh, here we go. I thought he'd call you Jacob, but I was like, you know what? There's no video of it. I can't explain it, but it's weird. But you're right, though. It's been more issues for non-contact than it has with contact because the
It's
non-contact
just
is not supposed to get touched.
exactly. It's
I
just
mean,
not.
the
Go
same
ahead.
guys that will play non-contact and they will make the statement, "If only we had pads on," they will never touch a contact field.
Ever, ever,
Come
ever,
on
And
ever.
over. You're
so,
more than welcome.
you know,
Come on.
but I will say this about contact. All right, so it really depends on the two teams that are playing.
Sure.
And that has a big factor in because we had Mike on here a few weeks ago, and he was like, "Yeah, in the DMV, we all know this is how we're going to play. Bodying up and contact and all this stuff. There's a culture in the DMV of how it's going to be handled. It's the same thing with Camel City,
Yeah.
but unfortunately, when two teams meet in Texas or Tampa, there can be issues. The whining gets cranked up because the way they play in Arizona or California looks
Yep.
a lot different.
Yes.
And so there's that kind of like figuring each other out a little bit. And if two teams right away they just come into that they're just nitpicking, well then it's not a contact game at that point. That's what I appreciate about non-contact is in my eyes when I'm officiating non-contact, it's really black and white to me. It's non-contact. So if I see contact, there's going to be a flag. Now, I know I'm strict. I understand that I can
Yeah,
nitpick
you
and
are.
throw and throw some flags. Now, when I switch back over to contact, though, if I got two teams that are having a lot of fun and it's physical and it's a true contact game, now if a bodying up situation happens on the sideline, I'm still going to throw my flag out. I'm going to go talk to my either one official or two official. And we're going to talk. We're going to have a conversation. I'm going to say, look, this is what I saw and why I threw my flag. Because I will say, usually, I'm not the veteran of contact officiating. I played contact for a lot of years, but I'm not a veteran of officiating. Usually, I'm matched up with a veteran, and they're going to decide. I have no problem picking my flag up and saying, "All right, cool. Sounds like he had a flag in his hand, even though he started with his shoulder and went with his elbow and upended him, and
Like
he got a flag in his hand."
punch with a flag.
Sometimes they pull off their own flag just enough to try to trick an official to say, "I got a flag in my hand."
You know what's funny to me? If you go back, if you ever find like one of the old USFTL rule books and you read about the contact formats are written stricter there than they are with our rule books, with UFFL's rule books.
Yep.
I think people finally took the tribal knowledge and stuff like that, figured out what was going to be acceptable and what wasn't, and somewhat morphed it into and put it on paper. Where back in the day, it was like only open hand, full extension was legal for contact. That was supposed to be it, and it was like, no, I can absolutely obliterate you, and as long as I'm holding the flag in my hand, we're legal.
That's the toughest part about US. Not tough. That's the best part about USA flag getting bigger. In San Diego, I think they're called the Bears. Were playing contact, and they were playing. I'm not going to say the team they were playing against. The team they were playing against, I knew they were new to contact. I knew the Bears had been around for a while. That the player that was on the Bears roster, he was legit on the roster and stuff. He is a contact player. He's a contact. He's a pro in my mind, my eyes. He's a pro contact flag football player, which means everywhere we go, I see him playing multiple formats, but that's what he does. On the play, I'm watching as a director. He says out loud, "Unc, watch this." To which I turn around. Now, this was pre-snap, so there's nothing out there. There can be anything going on. On the play, he jams the receiver out of bounds. Just jam him out of bounds. And then he stopped and just covered the center. So the receiver who got pushed into the row 3 comes back on the field, catches the ball, touchdown. What's the call there? He was the first person to touch the ball after being out of bounds.
He was forced out though, right?
Yeah, he's forced out.
Then he's
So
legal.
it's
Touchdown.
legal.
Yeah, touchdown. Yeah.
So now that same player didn't go crazy, didn't do anything at all. As I was like, all right, I knew what he was setting up though. So now
Yeah.
on the very next series, he's like, oh, don't go nowhere. He just fakes. The guy runs damn near behind all the refs to run his go route, catches a touchdown. What's the call now?
Incomplete. It's legal touching.
So the wide receiver went crazy. You are the worst director in the history of football. He didn't know me also, which I don't care about that. I probably am. There's no way you can not come on the field and see that call, this, that, and the third. And then, of course, somebody was like, oh, don't do contact, which made it funny. So I'm laughing. So after the game, I was like, football-wise, son, he took a knee and jammed you out of bounds. So he forced you out of bounds, yes? She was like, correct. I caught the ball, I scored. So the next time, he took a knee, didn't touch you. You ran around him out of bounds and caught the ball on third down, which sucks for you guys because it's now a penalty. It's a loss of down. They were having fun with it, but this was real football. They immediately went to that. I was like, listen. And then it was no contact and all that good stuff. And I bet you can go ask Jacob. Jacob was over there, zooming by on a cart. I faked like I went and asked Jacob. I did not. When I came over there, that's when I came and got the Doritos to keep it a buck. But it was just cool. But once again, he had never played contact flag before. So it was a whole new world for him, a whole new. So when you guys come to Worlds, like, not know the rules, but maybe like play in the format they're going to play in. Don't get hurt trying to, but play in the format you want to come win a world championship in, because you come out there green and you play and then that team was not a pro team, but they're playing a pro team. But if you jump in that pro
Yeah.
division, you might learn something new immediately.
So I learned back in the day.
Yeah. Well, and I got to carry some of that weight because I spent 2 years in Cali officiating their contact league. It's not anywhere close to a national format, and so the only contact is happening on the line. But like for example, there's no bull rushing. The rush comes from 5 yards back. Like even on the line, it's so different from what you're going to encounter. That's where the fights happen, is because these teams, and I already know what team you're talking about. So that team comes from Southern California, and
Yeah,
they do not have the experience because the only time that they're playing contact football is when they travel. Now they have gotten a lot better since
they're
they've
good
been
at
traveling
yeah, they're
because
good at they're better at
they're starting
non-contact.
for sure, and they're also changing their roster, which is the other thing you have to figure out because you play in a local league and it's not contact like you're gonna experience when you play free smoke or Bex plus one. Your roster will be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Completely.
And that's something I experienced when I was running the team. Is the first time I lined up in front of Detroit, I made a business decision, and I let him go right through and sack my quarterback, and that,
That's a
you
it's a
know,
lookout block. I used to do that.
Mm-hmm.
because in initially in the back of my head, I said, okay, he's a big dude, but there's no way he's got speed. I could probably at least get in front of him a little bit. That
Mm.
first snap, he was so quick to have his hands on me that I was like, "Yep, I'm out."
So violated
And
that. I've seen Shaq from Free Smoke. I love my nephew. Make a grown man cry, and not cry
yeah,
physically. The grown man was a talent. The grown man from Florida also was a talented wide receiver. Had never played contact before. Shaq is an arena football wide receiver,
yeah,
that just an athlete that was playing DB, and he said, "I'm going to shadow you the whole field, and when I want to, I'm gonna jam you. There's nothing you can do about it." And there was not a damn thing. I felt so bad for the young man because he was on TV. He was so excited about impressing me. And Shaq came to the camera and said, "Listen, he's getting 0 targets, 0 touches, 0 catches immediately." And he got that experience. And now, 2 years later, he understands the game now. He's on a much better roster. He still can't mess with
yeah,
Shaq but he learned right away that contact flag is different than non-contact flag, especially if
Shaq
you
is an
just try to jump into
absolute
it.
problem.
Yeah, Shaq is he's
yeah.
a beast.
And that's part of what we've been learning about is as we've traveled around and talked to different officials from Boston and Pennsylvania and all these different places. It just feels like there's so many local leagues that are just holding their players back. I mean, we have the opportunity in 3 years. The Olympics are coming, but
Yep.
there are some huge tournaments that you can be a part of. You can win money in. You can, you can really experience flag football. You can get yourself notoriety. There's flag players that are getting sponsorship now. There's a lot of opportunities for flag players out there, but unfortunately, these local leagues don't want to change their rules, and they're so stuck in their ways, and you are holding back your players, and you see it on the national level when a team signs up and they say, "Okay, I'm gonna play in the pro division because blah 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 blah," and they go play in Tampa in the pro division and they
And
go 0-20,
get
and
barbecue.
and they spent all this money and they got an Airbnb and they pay all this stuff, and it's like that entire team is checked out at that point. Whereas
Mm-hmm.
if local leagues looked at this and they said, okay, we have a rule book here, it's a national rule book, we want to compete. We say we're from Colorado or we're from Wisconsin or wherever we say we're from, and we're going to put on for this state. Well, the best way you can do it is start to change those local league rules.
It's a shameless plug, but on tournaments, on Monday Night Football's USA flag sanction, we started doing that. But I brag about we have Mark, who these are my opinions. One of the I ain't gonna say top two best quarterback on the planet. We have Devin Turner, best rusher on the planet. No disrespect, Mike better. Old head opinions. We have like the Dre Franklins, the Darius Davises, the Mike Twice. When our girls team play, we have Lady Venom. So I tell everyone, if you want to come see what Tampa is, this is a league that has some of the best players in the world. So a Miami team started. Well, I'm sorry, Sarasota team started driving up last year, 2 years ago, coming up and playing on Mondays, getting their asses blasted. Pause. You know what I'm saying? They would lose damn near every game during the season. They got better and better. They won their C division trophies, but they won in the Worlds last year in the lower division. But they came and got the USA flag rules acquainted. They came and got their head kicked in a couple times, a couple different seasons in a row by some of the better players. And then when they lined up against a team from Nebraska in a championship game, and they weren't afraid. They gave them that work. I'm saying, but you're right. Local leagues are just you can just do stuff to get money, or if you want the game to get better. If you want your teams to get better, and you keep playing in the chicken wing league and keep winning the chicken wing medals and fries, and then you come to Tampa and you play, we really have chicken wings. You can learn what it is right away. So
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I remember playing it in an arena league in Denver, and we would run up the score on teams. Literally, I'm not lying, 85-7, something crazy like that. And then we would go to Vegas, and we would play the Curry Bombers, and the Curry Bombers would embarrass us. And it was not doing us any good to beat a team 85-7.
nope.
We were not getting any experience. We were not understanding like this is the offense we're going to play against because the Curry Bombers, they are a pro team, but they don't necessarily have like all those stars you just mentioned. They're not playing on the Curry Bombers.
Nope.
The Curry Bombers, their IQ of flag football is so strong,
Yes.
and that is not something that we ever encountered in Colorado because we weren't playing teams that had that experience, that had that IQ. And so that, I mean, it was a commitment, but over 2 years' time, we went to 17 out of state tournaments because that was the only way we were going to prepare for Tampa.
Yep.
It was the only shot we had. And we still went to Tampa and struggled. It's a whole nother level. Tampa, Nashville, it's a whole nother level.
Mm-hmm.
The cool thing that the TDR guys decided to do here, TDR, YTG, whatever, and it's okay, that's what I'm put on it. They decided to do in my league. It was actually Keith and Mark's side. Keith's side, did Keith's twice. They put 2 players on each team. So they split themselves up to where they spread out for a season or two and just played against each other. Now, when they play each other, that's when I always call you first. Jacob, listen, I'm about to have Randy versus Mark or Mark versus Keith. I know there's going to be a call I don't know about. He always says, hit me up, and now there'll be a call. All right, guys, hold on. I'm the director. It's my league. I run the whole shit. I run the whole state, in my opinion. Let me call the kid up and say, hey, Jacob, what's the rule on this call? But that made them better. They played it. They battled each other damn near a whole year. And then when they came together in Tampa, that year when they swept Worlds completely as TDR, they had played Monday Night Football on opposite teams the whole season, and then came together and on that Monday, and not Monday, but came together on that weekend, put on a show. So shameless plug for the Tampa players once again.
No, I will say that's one of the that is probably one of the nicest things. You see guys more prepared. I mean, I see it locally with Camel City, to what Unc was just talking about.
The SEC.
Hey, look, I didn't do that thing Jacob did. This is AJ Marshall, AJ nephew. I didn't do that thing Jacob did. It's the SEC.
Okay.
That's
See
Jacob's
him getting ready to go in the kangaroo business. That's a different story. We just found out you can own a kangaroo in South Carolina. We got a business plan going.
That's right.
Anyways.
That's right. Hey man, we got hillbillies and rednecks in northern Colorado too, man. I've been around those dudes. I know what's
you
up.
don't live in northern Colorado. Oh man, but no, it is. You can see who's prepared and who's not. I'm getting ready to go work a tournament this weekend. This Saturday, they write their own rules, and yeah, it's
I'm old.
It's weird.
I got what do you call that? The early signs of dementia. Say that again. They do what?
They write their own rules. They have their own rule book.
We curse on here still? That's crazy.
Yeah, Nate, absolutely. Jordan's picture. Yeah, right there. But
not shaming the league. Sorry about that. Not shaming the league. I was
no,
making
yeah,
sure.
no. It's an annual turkey bowl they do. It's I mean, at the end of the day, it's supposed to be for it's a good cause.
Yeah.
It's all that good stuff. But yeah, they have their own rule book, and you see the guys who play in the USA sanctioned stuff, who play in the stuff that's organized and play with the national governing rules. And when they come out there and they hear some of these rules and stuff, and they see what happens, they're like, "Yo, what's this?" And it's like, man, like this is the way it's written.
Yeah.
It's you the officials have to adjust on how they call things, and it's I have conversations with the guys, and I'm like, look, you have to have a really short memory because I need you to lock in today for what this says, but completely forget it after today.
Got to be a
You know,
cornerback. Got to be a DB. Yeah, DB rules. If you get beat by a touchdown, you just gotta, like you said, adjust for that weekend or adjust for that day because you call that shit on in Worlds, and they ask me about it. Like, I don't give a damn what Jacobs had the Turkey Bowl. Here's the rule.
Right. Exactly. So
I got a question for both of y'all. Something happened to me at Special Olympics. They wanted with 2 pro players. I've never seen this before, so I don't know if I did it right. I don't know what the call is. I'm gonna give y'all an opinion on it. Receiver was very talented. Again, not saying Special Olympics because it's what it was. This is 2 pro players coming at each other. Let's just say there's non-contact rules. Player catches the ball. Let's say Jacob catches the ball and it's about 15 yards away, coming toward them to square up to pull the flag in non-contact rules. The player pump fakes the ball at your face, but from like 5 yards away. What's your initial reaction to do if somebody does that? The kid did that and does that. They were scoring. What do you do?
Touchdown?
Yeah, it's touchdown.
I mean, I don't know what you would do there. I mean, I don't think we can call a penalty on that.
He didn't do anything technically. It just wasn't. It wasn't. I'm trying to not swear. It wasn't.
No swear. That's fine. That's what we had.
It wasn't a nice thing. Nah, I was gonna say a bad swear word. It wasn't a nice thing. That person that kept doing that and kept scoring on it. And I was like, bro, you're too good to like do something like this. So he was like, well, what if he started name dropping too? What if Mark did it? What if Hoosh did it? What if Dre Franklin did it? What if Darius did it? What if AJ did it? Then he said, what if Chad Beck? I love Chad Beck. What if Chad Beck did it? Because his game is similar to Chad's with he's twitchy, fake pitches. But I had never seen that before. So the first time I saw it, I was like, oh shit. And he scored. So they're like, is that legal? I was like, I made a rule, no phones today. All we have is stopwatches. I couldn't call Jacob. I'm old. I don't know how to use my stupid iPhone watch phone shit. So I was like, let me referees come in. Let's just talk about it. And I see people think that Unc is the be all end all. I know everything about flag. I don't. Like, it was brand new for me. So I was like, guys, you threw a flag on that? He was like, yeah. I said, for what? He said, for excessive meanness. I was like, well, what the fuck? There's no it's not a thing, bro. He was like, yeah, but that's a shitty thing to do. I was like, yeah, it is, but it was kind of cool, but it's also kind of shitty. Maybe you won't do it again. We got to say touchdown. Boo! Next drive, he does it 3 different times. It worked every time. So I said, I don't know, you know me being me, halftime, coach, tell your kids to just pull the flag. Like, by kids, I mean grown-ups because I'm 49. Just pull the flag. Like, he's not that good. Just pull his flag. But I say, you know what? When I see the kid and I see, I almost said Crips Ant, and I see Ant, I asked him about it because I don't know if, I honestly didn't know if I made the right call, but I said touchdown, and I'd never seen it before. And it kept working. I thought about that. Though nobody's ever like fake throwing the ball at me and I'm going to pull the flag. And then we got a guy like Ben that would pump fake down the field and you jump, but my man had a full fake motion with big Kawhi Leonard hands, and I didn't know what to do. And then I panicked because my backup is always called the kid with the bangs, and I made a no phones rules on the field, but that's what you shouldn't have phones out. We all had stopwatches, so I kind of screwed myself. Pause. But you guys did say you would call a touchdown. If you keep doing it, you keep calling touchdown. Yes.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah. It does. It's such a. I mean, it's a. I don't know.
I'll tell you a time when I threw a flag for just being mean. It has nothing to do with like that kind of taunting. I was reffing up in the Bay Area. It was a contact tournament, and there's this dude. I don't want to mispronounce his last name or anything like that. But dude, he's big, 300 plus. Plays O line, D line, contact, but he also plays quarterback in non contact. Hilarious dude. I can always joke around with him when I'm officiating contact because he loves to have a lot of fun. He was matched up against this D lineman that was 120 pounds.
Unk size.
Not even on size. 125 pounds,
That's
five
a double.
four,
Hold on,
five
that's a
five.
double. That ain't unk size. Hold on. That's double this. Damn it.
Wait a minute, hold on, no. Remember SEC? Payback.
Well
so so this big man, not only did he pancake this guy, but then he proceeded to put all of his body weight on top of, like, in a belly flop kind of maneuver, on
Truffle
top of
shop.
this
Waffle House.
125-pound young man. I threw my flag out, and he said, "What are you throwing a flag for?" I said, "Hey, he's just being mean, man. Just leave that kid alone."
That's what I wanted to do Saturday. And in Florida, when I'm trying to get this to stop, somebody keeps doing something over and over again in this state that's egregious. What generally happens afterwards? Like, is somebody eventually we're gonna win the game, or we're gonna win the what? So that
Yeah.
it got calmed down, but the dude was like, "You throw that ball in my face again, I'm gonna punch you in the face." He was like, "But I didn't throw it at your face. I pump faked it." So he was like, "Oh, do something about this." And I did not have my bat phone to figure out, but I thought about it afterwards. Me and Elijah were talking about it. He was like, "What were you going to call Jacob and ask him? Is somebody allowed to fake throw the ball somebody's face? They didn't touch him." I was like, "Yeah." He said, "What do you want Jacob to say?" I was like, "That's a good question. Shut up. Go do some homework or something." I don't know. Like, he's probably gonna
I
say
mean,
touch. So because just he said that was being mean though. Can't you tell him to stop doing that? I was like, it's a sanctioned tournament. Like it's the state tournament, whether it's Special Olympics or not. He should be a better person than that probably, but that's his go-to move. And he explained to me, I'm not going to say the state he plays flag in. It's not the SEC though, 1,000%. It's nowhere near this side of the country. It's not even on the West
yeah.
Coast, but where he came from to play, where it's cold out a lot. He said, I do that move in our league all the time. And I said, and he's going to. Funny thing is, he's staying for the weekend. He's coming to Unc's Monday Night Football League on Monday. So I explained to him, you might be playing Randy Willard's team on first, or you'll play Keith or Mark because you asked for it. If you fake that ball at one of those gentlemen, God bless. So I don't want to derail the show, but I just want to know what y'all will call on that or not call, because they were mad at me. They told me I had to call something. So I was like, what do I call? He's scared the kid. What? He's scared the gentleman. What do I
I
call?
mean, sooner or later, you're gonna run into somebody that has the Mamba mentality. Like when who was it? Matt Barnes
Yep.
did that to Kobe. Kobe didn't flinch.
At all.
So when you do that to somebody that doesn't flinch, you better scurry off to the parking lot pretty quick after the game.
Now he asked
Mm-hmm.
me. It's cool because he asked me what I would do, and I'm gonna play this all the show now. I said I would do that doing the SEC of flag football. I would just run through your chest, homeboy, and get the penalty until you do something
Yeah,
about it. But it's
Yeah,
Special
I
Olympics, so I'm
mean,
not telling you guys to do that. I'm just telling you what I would do, because disrespect is given always, and it's respected to come back. So that's a very disrespectful flag football play. And they were saying it's a flag guard also, but he does it from so far away. I didn't think it was, because he's just making you flinch, really. And then once you flinch,
yeah.
you just skating on by. So it was a weird thing that happened. But I did say I promised my young child I was going to ask when I saw or talk to either one of y'all. So it's
it
still.
reminds me of like the Kenny Pickett fake slide. You guys remember what he did when he
Oh
was
yeah,
at Pitt?
yeah.
It reminds me of that because I mean, let him fake it once, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, I'm gonna blow you up.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'll bite
yeah.
once, that's fine. After that, you're gonna do it again, and like you said, I'm gonna put my shoulder in your chest,
I'll go right through you
and it's
immediately.
gonna suck. I'll take the penalty, but you're not gonna do it again.
It felt bad too. His mom took offense to that. Now, once again, I'm 49 years old by calling these kids kids. The young man's like 34. When his mom was there on the sideline with me, she said, "You telling me you would hit my child?" Now, this game I wasn't directing. I was watching. I was like, "Oh, I helped the ref after that." But I was like, I'm telling you, as a flag football player, Mama, I'm retired. If you the first time I saw that, yeah, I probably would flinch. I was like, but I would say to you, don't do that again. Like on everything I love. And the next time you do that, I would really. That was my mentality. That I'm not. I'm trying to have the kids these days now use their words, talk through stuff, don't react off emotion. I'm a 49-year-old Taurus. I'll run through his chest, and then I would tell you, ma'am, go get your hub and do something about it. I said, but I'm
Yeah.
trying to teach the kids today to play better, be better. Funny thing is, they made it to the championship game with that play, but didn't win, which is kind of, I can't say it's cool to me because I booked the refs, but that play didn't help them win the championship, which was, how ball don't lie, so which is cool. But their mom was upset. She was like, "You telling me you were basically telling that young man to hit my child?" So I didn't tell him to do anything. I asked him to just pull the flag. I'm telling you what I would have done as a young flag football player. So I would have. Back then, I was like a buck 18, so I'd have put all 118 pounds.
Oh man. All right. Well, I gotta switch gears a little bit. We're gonna have a little fun. Jacob, I hope you guys are understanding that you're about to be on the hot seat. So,
Go ahead, hit me with it because I got to get off here in a few minutes.
all right, we're gonna play a little game called Start Cut Bench. Okay.
A little game.
Now, y'all,
This
y'all are
team
building a
coming.
team. Y'all are building a team for fives co-ed. All right, and it only involves national team players. All right.
Oh shit!
You didn't
All
say
right.
it was gonna be
So,
co-ed. This is
so
this is some sneak shit. You didn't say nothing about co-ed.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
This is called
All
right.
bamboozling, but let's do it.
this is
so
entrapment. This is entrapment is what it really is. Go ahead.
Yeah.
all right, so we'll go back and forth. Okay, what you say the start cut bench? I'll give you three players first. You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, Hoosh, Macy, or Venita? Start cut bench.
This is 5 co-ed pro
Five co-ed.
IFAF for USA flag.
USA flag.
You got Hoosh, you got Macy, you got Benita. As the starting quarterback,
Yep.
since it's 5 co-ed and I'm gonna get points every time Benita throws a touchdown, I'm starting Benita.
Okay.
Fuck. Can I just talk to her, bro? You gotta give me a point. Oh, all right. Shit. The start cut bench. Fucking ant. I love Macy. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna use my paralegal because Macy has longer time more years to play. For this event only, I don't know about only, but I would start Benita because I'm gonna get points every time one of my Florida players she throws to score. I'm on the bench Hoosh because I can bring him in as the star, or we call it the Dogado, to get points. I cut Macy only because she's younger. And I can flip flop it, but just out of respect for the OG, Macy has longer time to play as of right now. That's my start cut bench. I'm cursing you out after we're done with this shit. Though.
It's just the first one, man. We're just getting started. All right, Jacob, you're up.
All
Okay,
right,
for
so,
what? What?
ahead.
No, you're not doing that one. That one's decided.
Oh, okay.
Hell no!
That one's
No,
decided.
wait,
Hey,
no.
all
Go
right.
ahead,
Well,
go ahead. I see where this is going now. Go ahead.
I see what you're doing, but real quick, just to confirm, I would do the same thing Coop did. It makes perfect sense. Plus, Benita's gonna be reffing for me on Sunday, so I gotta be loyal to my
That's why
stripes.
that's outside from our conversation. Yeah, I got you.
Go ahead.
All right,
You're welcome, SEC.
All right, wide receiver one, Jacob. You got Maddie, J High, Laval.
All right, I'm cutting Laval. I'm starting
Wow,
Maddie, and I'm benching J High.
Whew.
You said we
All right,
you said we don't both got an answer, so no, nope. You already changed. You said the rules were he could just say it. We can just move on, right? Next question.
yeah. All right, you ready? You ready, up? You're not ready for this one. Okay, you got Bruce Mapp.
Oh fuck.
You got Miss Clam, and you got Kennedy.
Oh, that's easy.
That's easy for me. Well, it's not easy. I just talked to him.
Yes, it is. It's easy. That's easy.
I just had a conversation with one of these gentlemen about. So I'm never not. Oh, that's not. Well, shit. Clam and Kennedy are my two favorite receivers not named
Yep.
right now. So I'm cutting the gentleman.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start Clam over Kennedy. Only because I seen Clam score from center, from receiver, and slot. I know Kennedy can do that also. Kennedy's right there. Clam's a little bit taller. I think I can throw the jump ball to Clam. Um, I'm going Clam starting. I'm benching Kennedy, and I love Bruce, but he's long in the tooth now. So between those girls, between with those girls, he's long in the tooth. Shit, I feel like I'm
He ain't mad at that. He knows.
Ferguson.
It's co-ed also. You gotta get the female points. So
Yeah.
all right, Jacob. Next we go to defense now. We got Lene, Lulu, and J Day.
Okay, you said who?
Lene. Is that how you say her name, right?
Yeah. I can tell you who they are if you need help with the
So
Lulu.
JJ and Lulu.
Yeah, and Lene.
Well, you about to get cussed out. I'm telling you now. Y'all might have to bleep this shit out because they both. I know all three of them watch the show. I know all. Let me just be quiet. Go ahead.
Based on USA flag, or based on how they did it at the World Championships. I'm starting J Day.
21 reasons.
I'm benching Lulu. And I'm cutting.
Wow. Okay. All right, we go.
I almost said something.
Look, our offense is female strong. It's nothing against any of the females. Our offense is already female strong.
Okay, I want you to, Unk, I want you to keep that in mind because I don't think you're ready for this one. We're going back to the offense.
How you going?
We got Izzy.
Doing the same team.
We got.
You're a monster. You know that?
We got cream cheese. Go ahead.
We got Izzy, Velt, and Pablo.
You're a monster. You're a monster.
What position is this athlete, or does this? What position is it? Does that matter?
It doesn't matter. I'm not giving you an out.
Yeah, because they like if they're athletes, you're not getting.
Yeah,
I
don't.
There's a. What was
this?
Is
a
straight offense.
Straight offense, yes.
You think about it, you got 3 females already on the field, right?
Yeah, I'm never.
Hey, whoa, Jacob.
Come
on, man.
I talk to Pablo.
You're gonna learn.
I talk to Pablo Smith damn near every day. I got a matter of fact, I hit him up. So I'm never. Oh wait, shit. Was it Velt? You said Velt, or you said Pablo and Velt?
Yeah.
Yeah. Izzy, Pablo, Velt.
Why do we have to bench one if we have?
That's the game.
Your game sucks, bro.
Because this is player number 5, right? Because you got Jay High already on the field. You got V, Ashley, and Maddie, right? So this would be player number 5. I know who I would pick.
You got well. Go ahead. To take up a volunteer, he should be able to say who he.
No.
How you gonna pick? How you gonna say Velt and Pablo and put that for me? That should have been like a Jacob question.
I know who I would pick.
So I feel like Velt is right there with Mark now, and is Pablo. Pablo played more contact. Thank both a receiver. Fuck me. I'm gonna get my ass beat for this. Izzy's cut.
Safe one. Smart.
Yeah. Fuck. I think it was for right now, only because I got out. I seen one play recently. I haven't seen him. I know they're both best players on the planet, but just for a game right now, I'm starting Velt and benching Pablo.
Okay.
Go ahead, Jacob. What were you gonna say?
I would have flipped him.
Why?
But I mean,
no wrong answer.
Huh?
There's no wrong answer, but why?
Yeah. I would have flipped Pablo and Velt. I would have started Pablo over Velt. But that's just my personal opinion.
And we're using this
With
person
that
for like the
grouping.
double passer, right? This is offense for double pass or receiver and everything else. See,
Yeah.
I'm fucked no matter what.
Because
Fucking
I mean, you got Jay High who's going down. Jay High and Maddie are going downfield with Ashley. So now you have V and Pablo or Velt.
fuck.
All right, keep going, Ant.
All right. So the last two, each one you will get one. It is start one, cut two.
All right, I
There
mad
is
at
no
that.
bench. So you are only picking one to keep on the team because we got to keep it to 12 players.
Okay.
All right. So Jacob, you got let's see, Amber Clark, Ashley Edwards, and Mike Daniels.
Amber Clark, easy. I'm keeping
Okay.
Amber. Good grief,
All right.
look at Lollipop. He's getting ready to murder you, bro.
Yeah,
He's
he's
getting
how
ready to
happy he
murder.
is
If he
about
gave
this.
me that lollipop, he's getting ready to
You
murder
see how happy he
bro.
is about this? In his shoulder.
Dude,
Oh my god.
he is tickled pink over this one.
Mother flower.
My favorite position on the field, the
Rusher.
position I played. You got better, you got Addison, and then you got Mini Calhoun because he does rush.
Fuck me. I gotta cut two other people.
Yeah, two.
Yes,
You got
you
to
only
cut.
get to keep one.
I'm gonna cut Minnie Calhoun first. Because
Hey,
he's
just
on my
remember, that if the rusher is a female and she gets a safety, it's 3 points.
Updated rulebook.
Yeah.
And we went male heavy on defense, so keep that in mind too. Yeah, I'm gonna cheat, and I don't care. I'm helping Big Bro out.
So we gotta have a certain amount of. If we gotta have a certain amount of girls, then you have to cut.
See, I think that it makes the most sense. There's your out.
If you gotta have a certain amount of girls, you have to cut better. But if I
Sucks
have
to
to
suck,
choose,
Ant.
if I have to choose out of them two, I'm keeping. If I had to choose, and I could choose, I would keep Mike. But for the same reason, though, my boy got like I'm gonna say a good 2 or 3 good runs left, and then
All right, let me just see how many women you have on the team currently. One, two, three,
I'm good.
4.
I'm winning.
Yeah. So what are you doing? What are you picking?
And Jacob
Yeah, you
already
said
helped
it.
me out. Now you're gonna run it back. That's double jeopardy, bro.
Yeah, that's not how this
Beat me
works.
twice.
Yeah, amendments after this.
Jacob already. I'm still
You,
keeping better. I'm keeping Mike. And Mike. I've
oh,
had
okay.
Mike versus Devin for years. Devin Turner for years. They've been back and forth, back and forth. He always played his ass off. Always rushed hard. He affected the game. In the championship games, like he was affecting the game by not missing no drive-bys. It's not saying he's comparing him to Red, but it's just his. Oh, that's sexist. I'm just Mike, and I'm just stop talking.
I mean, hey.
Yeah.
All I'm gonna say is I appreciate you guys doing this. Social media is gonna be fun for me for the next couple weeks because I can just post these scenarios. I don't even have to mention what you guys pick, and we can just start the discussion. So
If you put right now, I'm gonna just give you a layup for numbers. Now I'm not answering this for the record. I don't give a shit. But do any kind of start, bench, whatever, and put Mark, paper chasing Mark or bagway Mark. Put Daryl Douche who set. Put any third person you want on there, and then watch the bullet start a flying. Or then no, it's what if you really want to happen. What's the 9-man contact? What's the is it Tatum? Who's the best
Mike
9-man
Tatum.
contact quarterback right now?
Oh, Mike D. Big Mike D. Yeah.
Mike D or Mike Tatum. Hell, put both of them on there and watch the bullets.
That'd be fun. All right, Ant, I got one for you. Start, bench,
Yeah.
cut.
okay.
Start, bench, cut. Unk. Alley.
I had to
George
say one
Cascudo.
down.
What is the scenario? What am I doing with these
Doesn't
three
matter.
guys?
Start, bench, cut.
Doesn't matter. What the three
No.
again? Jacob, say it again. What's the three again? Jacob, say it again.
Unk, Pat Alley, George Cascudo.
No, because here's the thing: if it's
No, no,
1998, if it's not,
Here's the thing, shit. Ohio? No, Ohio. No, I almost said that word again to you. Person is saying the N word. No, pick. And my feelings won't be hurt if I get. I'll help you out. Those are two legends.
no, don't help me out. I'll
They
do
got
this.
gold medals.
I
Go
got
ahead.
this. I got this real easy. Okay, I'm cutting Pat Alley because he
Wow.
could never beat he could never beat George head to head. He never beat him. Okay,
Ever.
ever. He never beat him. It didn't matter if it was Roswell, New Mexico, or in Texas. He could not beat George. Okay,
Can't beat him now either, Pat. I said what I said.
I'm gonna bench George because he is so comfortable sitting on that golf cart picking up scorecards at tournaments. Okay, so he's good on the bench. He's not upset about that situation.
Oh, they gonna cuss you out.
I can't
Now
wait for this.
now I am starting Unk because back in 1998, if I was gonna hit that lick, he's the first one I'm gonna call.
You already know. We got the driver, we got the people, we got the artillery, and we got. Well, back then we didn't have MapQuest, so we had to print her out. But I would have cut the dick though, for the record. I'm saying me. Look, Georgia Fat, love y'all. I would have cut myself. I ain't a quarterback. I got more wins than both of y'all combined for the record, but I would have cut myself.
Yeah, so that's too easy, Jacob. That was nothing for me.
I had
Okay.
one. I had one different, but I ain't gonna say it. I had some directors that are on the female staff for USA Flag.
And to
I don't
that
got the
note,
nerve to do it. Pew pew. Nope.
that that hey, that's fine. You start her and cut everybody else. What else?
She wasn't even in it. No. She wasn't even in it. No. I was gonna make sure somebody's format. You can reference that, but now I'm good.
Oh man! All right. Well, I know Jacob's got to get off. Oh, just real quick, man. Any final thoughts you want to share with everybody? I know you're gonna have your DMs are gonna be going crazy for the next
Oh,
few
listen,
hours. So
I'm surprised y'all didn't hear the whole time. People are asking questions about Monday, but for everybody, it's November. Get ready for Thanksgiving. Get ready for the turkey bowls. Play football. Play hard. Be healthy before January. In my opinion, it's going to be one of the biggest months in the history of flag football with all the stuff that Chuck has putting on. You guys don't see the stuff behind the scenes that Jacob Black does with all of the refs for the rules, the questions y'all like, questions y'all don't like. Either way, we to make sure they get them correct. He does a lot of stuff behind the scenes. The stuff that USA Flag, the whole staff, as far as not just Travis and Chuck, the Cassies, the Crystals. I don't want to not name anybody. They're taking care of all of their leagues at home, getting ready for Worlds. Come to Worlds healthy, so you have no excuse. Don't leave it up to the refs. Just score points, kick some ass, and bring your ring home. So, and we'll see y'all in the Bay Area.
there we go. Cool, Jacob.
Hopefully.
Anything you want to add?
no, man, I think he covered it all. Next couple months are going to be pretty big, so everybody just lock in, be ready to go. I'm excited. Be fun to see what we get to.
Yeah. Hey, I just want to put it out there. This past weekend, a DMV team came up to Ohio and won fives contact.
Who was it?
Free smoke. Free smoke.
Did they?
Ooh.
Yeah. So hey, I'm gonna continue to say that I feel like the SEC of contact football is going to disappoint in Tampa.
Oh, I didn't think you were going there. Damn.
Put your money where your mouth is, big man. My boy's
I
going to be
didn't.
ready to go.
Shout out to the Buccaneers. I want to be a part of that one. I didn't say that shit.
What we
Listen,
doing?
I think they're still the SEC. I think they're gonna. I ain't touching that one. I'm not.
There we go. Hey, plug your stuff, man, real quick. Go ahead, plug it.
Yeah, we got Unk tournaments, we got Unk Rest, we got Unk Apparel, we got baseball coming up this weekend now. If you guys need any officials, if you need grass here in Florida, grass being football field grass that we play on, be sure about that. Hit us up. Monday Night Football starts this Monday. What's that? The November 18th, season 11. And we have a, what is it, Unk's Christmas toy drive sometime in December, probably the 20th and 21st, that Asia and Mike Twice and Darius will run because I might be in Arlington. So other than that, everybody be safe.
There we
Oh,
go.
and y'all
Hey,
ever
and
see? Oh no, I got one before I leave. So we did a start bench cut ish. If anybody ever sees Anthony Di Benedetto in any kind of red and send it to me, you get free swag. That's all I
that's
got.
crazy. That's diabolical. Oh man! All right. Well, hey, this is Clock's Running. We are a podcast that is absolutely everywhere. We are all over social media: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Threads. But the best experience is truly here on YouTube. You get to see everything. You get to see all of our expressions, everything we're talking about. Check us out on YouTube. Please like, subscribe, follow, share, hit that share button. But if you like to listen in the car, you're on a long road trip, you're working, you got your headphones in, you can find us on anywhere. We're on iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora. We are everywhere that you want to listen to a podcast. So don't use it as an excuse that you can't find us because we are everywhere.
Do the
Thank you
old
so
man a
much.
favor. Do the old man a favor and support the podcast. This is a podcast for us. These two dudes, real family for me. Y'all always ask, "Do you need something?" No, I don't. Yes, I do now. Follow, subscribe to the podcast on every format possible.
There we go. All right. Well, I appreciate y'all. This was a fun one tonight, and I can't wait. Social media is going to be going crazy, so
Oh, bro.
just get ready, y'all.
SCC. SCC.
All right. Have a
Y'all
good
be
night.
good.
All right, family.